Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday and welcome into Zelda Speedruns. Tonight we have the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 7 Challenge Cup Grand Finals Game 3 between Nave and CubeDavid. Tracking tonight is Joshi, and commentating alongside me is Vimy. Hi, Vimy.
Hi. I'm quite excited for this race.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
I've been in the community for a while, and so I actually remember when both of them started running.
Yeah, I know. I don't know when Nave started. I know David started after Season 6 and took part in Mini Blins last year.
Nave started
Earlier
Mini
this
Blends as well.
Is Season 1 of Mini Blins for Nave, I think Season 2 for David.
And so I am quite excited. Oh, he started with mixed pools? Oh, yeah. My brain kind of forgot that mixed pools existed because it confused me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sledgen.
So, if you're wondering how we got here, David came out of winner's bracket to start with the 1-0 lead under the tournament rules. He took game 2, and then Nave took game 3. David took game 1. Nave took game 2. This is game 3. I can count.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, so if David wins, he will take the Challenge Cup. If Nave wins, we will force a deciding game 4.
So, sounds like we have a good staked race to be paying attention to here.
Yeah, and our runners are off. Let's see where they are. That's not a start they're going to love at BPR.
No.
I see we've got DRC, Wind Temple, and Forsaken Fortress.
We also got Forest Haven as Foolish. Love that.
I see Tingle Island, Boating Course, Great Sea, Needle Rock. And we've got Outset, Windfall. Of course, Windfall is a path. Would not be Wind Waker. And Roxfire. And a Sword on Star Island. Nobody's going to gamble Star Island today, at least, so that's good. But
I don't know. I feel like gambling Star Island is like the theme of this season.
It is, but it was directly hinted to have a sword, so no gamble of Star Island today. And that is looks like a spoils bag start.
That's also not too terribly helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing David is doing the Cliff Plat to BPR and Nave just skipping that. This is a pretty common opener that David is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And a bait bag
for Nave.
That does put BPR back in logic.
I feel like I've seen it once. A Foolish Windfall, and I've been here since Season 3, so...
It's not common. Yeah, Firework, unfortunately, Big Pig was hinted dead. So I'm gonna... So we are not gonna see a Big Pig.
Which is truly unfortunate.
Yeah. We're going to see David do some more storage here on Cliff Plat. While Nave is gonna break into the house here. Oh no, this is... Oh yeah. Yes. And I feel like with Big Pig hinted dead, going, okay, that leaf is pretty good.
We do love an early leaf.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what David stored on Cliff Plat, because I haven't seen either thing.
Well, isn't that the true experience of watching Wind Waker, though?
It is.
Sitting there and wondering, I wonder what this is.
Yeah, and Nave probably deciding he can wait on the Iron Boots. Those are going to be important on Beetle, but they don't open anything immediately, so he can delay that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I do think it's an interesting choice, right? Choosing to go to Windfall first. Not Windfall, Outset. Why did I say Windfall? Whoa, 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 whoa. Interesting choice choosing to go to Outset first.
Yeah, although it is hinted path and you can clear a lot of it right now. Like with Big Pig dead, you can clear all of the checks. So Outset first makes a lot of sense. Yes, Salty Cracker. So this is the Challenge Cup, which is the runners who were seeded 17 through 32 in the qualifiers. So I want to say Nave and CubeDavid were the 4 and 5 or 4 and 6 seeds. I can't remember which order.
I cannot help with that item.
You know what can help with that? Is this lovely bracket command. Yeah, so that path item on Outset to Goma definitely looks like it was the leaf.
I mean, that's a pretty good path hint item, yeah?
Yeah.
I would argue that's a pretty common path hint item, even.
It's kind of important in this game.
All right. Now, how much cheating will Nave do? This is the important question.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he's got the leaf, so he doesn't have to cheat. And I think some runners, they feel like they're faster just doing this without cheating it. Like, they feel pretty consistent at it. And cheating it can be a little rough sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm a fan when people like properly golf. I enjoy the proper golf strats.
Yeah. We don't see it that often, so it's cool to see it.
All right, very clean as well. Wonderful.
Yeah. And that is a spiky. We know the cave is dead, because that was one of our hinted locations.
We really did get some very good Baron hints this seed.
We really did. The Master Sword and the Hookshot were probably stored on Cliff Plat by David. And those are going to be pretty nice items for him to have. They're required, but the Hookshot actually doesn't open a huge amount right now. I don't think with, like, Wizrobe Cave is dead, Boating Course is dead. But that Hookshot is definitely required for Wind Temple.
Definitely, makes things a lot easier as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Joshy, our tracker.
Fantastic, Joshy. Thank you so much.
I think we're going to see Nave go to Diamond Step here.
Ooh, very good. First try. Beautiful. Love it.
And we're going to see Nave do some storage to get under here. David actually will not have to do this strat because he's got the Hookshot. I don't know, though, if it actually saves any time. Maybe a little bit, but...
I mean, this is also one that I think just the more practice you have, the faster this tends to get.
That is Valid.
And both of these runners have had a significant amount of practice doing this here trick.
Yeah, and I think at this point we're just going to see David follow Nave for a little bit, probably until they go to Windfall.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's, if you watch game 2, Nave did not set foot on Windfall until, I want to say it was an hour and 28 minutes into the seed. There's a shield on...
Need one of those.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Probably not. Oh, well, you might for Angular Cave, actually. Yeah.
Indeed. Maybe 2.
Are we going to see Nave's... I think Nave is about to do Super Swim, so if you are photosensitive, please look away.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's doing the Super Swim into Islet of Steel from here. That feels like that might be what he's doing. Or he's doing Rock Spire.
Yeah, Islet of Steel.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
It is now safe to look back.
Yeah. I mean, with that leaf, he might also just go into the Rock Spire cave with some leaf pumping. Rock Spire was path. Technically, I think both of those checks require bombs, but yeah, CubeDavid has had some issues with his stream. I'm going to refresh the streams and then probably desync them. So just bear with us for a minute here. Unfortunately, David's internet is having some issues.
Nave picked up some extra money while at our islet there, and I think that's a great idea. Especially, right, he already knows he's going to need those iron boots, and also some other things, so wise idea. You're already there, it's a good money place. Why not go for it?
Yeah. And yeah, Nave now going to Cliff Plat. So we're going to kind of see the runners converge here. I did see Nave, I think, peek the Forest Haven chest. He might have just forgotten that was Hinted Baron.
I think
kind
so,
of
yeah.
I mean, it is kind of just a like muscle memory too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And David is breaking into Islet the other way, with the Swift Sail, jumping with Coral.
I mean, yeah, the greatest missed opportunity in Wind Waker is absolutely saving Grandma if you don't do it.
It's true. Vimy is a lover of Grandma.
Indeed. We want to be good grandchildren.
Yeah. David has been opening some chests with junk. He, I think, is looking for so there's one check on Windfall that requires a Joy Pendant, and so I think he's been taking some opportunities to try and get that, but I think he's going to end up at Windfall now. Yeah. Not really surprising that the runners are converging here. It just makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot you can do. Especially knowing like Pompey and Vera is dead, for example, you're not going to get punished doing door cancel. But yeah, at this point, basically the runners have done, I want to say, about the same things.
Yeah.
David is, a little ahead into Windfall, but their routes have converged.
A little ahead into Windfall, but also, right, like Nave has done Outset, so.
David also did Outset, I thought.
Maybe he did while I was lagging.
Yes.
Fully possible.
He's got his leaf, so he did go to Outset here.
Oh. I just missed it. My bad.
Yeah. So what are we going to see in the pot when David, if David gets it for Mila? What color rupee are we thinking?
Blue.
I'm going to go with yellow. I don't actually know what the odds are because it's all RNG, but yeah, this is a pretty common. One nice thing too for our runners is because Great Sea is dead, they don't have to worry about day-night cycles for Ghost Ship.
Aha!
David is playing around with the pot. Are we going to see him actually break it? And it's green.
Aw, unfortunate. I thought that my guess of blue was going to be on point.
Yeah, we're seeing some more divergence here. Nave is going to DRI. Duping that pair in case he needs it again. So we're probably going to see him do chest storage into the fly across chest.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, David is just helping us learn more about what's on Windfall.
Yeah, you're not going to complain about power bracelets.
Nope. Especially since we don't have bombs yet.
Yeah. And with, a
bit of cheese.
Not that he can't get into the Wizrobe Cave, but Wizrobe Cave is dead, so he can at least peek everything on Paw Print. And those bottles will let him get the rest of the checks.
Ooh, beautiful first try for Nave getting that jump.
Yeah, that is a... Not like super precise, but it is a precise timing. You have to get the angle right to do all the side hops. Really well done. A lot of runners try and put this cave... We'll see the cave, but a lot of runners try and put it off until they get fire and ice arrows, because you can kind of cheese the cave with those.
Makes it a little easier, a little faster.
Yeah. That is a required command melody from Tingle.
Yep.
And a grappling hook. So Windfall's kind of loaded.
IDK, I feel like if Tingle had the grappling hook, he could have broken out himself.
I don't know, is there a key he could grab with the grappling hook? That command melody is probably not our path item, but that grappling hook definitely could be our path to Helmrock King.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, that is a lot of nice stuff from Tingle. Also, I think CubeDavid's going to be happy to have the grapple, because the grapple will make it a little easier for him to grab a joy pendant for Miss Marie. Nave is probably hoping he gets a drop here from some of the bokoblins. And we're going to see David do some door canceling here.
I mean, I really do appreciate that they found a way to do door cancel where you can turn the lights back on.
It would be really hard.
I know this has been around for a while, but I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I assume people used to try and do it without people have tried to do it without pause buffering, which is very difficult.
All right, some nice money over there for CubeDavid. Gonna be good. We'll allow him to buy things.
Yeah. Nave is gonna peek Crescent Moon, I think.
I sure did not see that peak, but I will trust Nave.
If he didn't get it, it can't have anything, right? Like that seems likely. Yeah, I mean, so CubeDavid is probably greeting out for a bow before he goes to DRC, but that's probably going to be his next place after Windfall. Because with the grapple, the leaf, power bracelets to get inside.
I mean, honestly, I would go paw print first.
That's true. He will go paw print. But then he will go to DRC.
Yeah.
And let's see what Lenzo's got today. One spiky. That is unfortunately useless, though, because Tingle Island was hinted dead, so those Tingle statues are not going to do anything.
They will potentially, if they find the other ones, give them extra money.
I could not tell if there was anything on Scale the Wall in Paw Print.
I can never see the peaks. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we do enjoy a little bit of good bait, especially on a race that has some gravity to it. Yes, they do have the same seed, so their items are in the same locations, they have the same bosses to do. And we are gonna see what happens. Oh my goodness. Magic armor? What a seed.
Now we just need the Hero's Charm.
Yeah. And so with our magic armor and with our hero's charm, which hopefully we'll find, then we just need someone to do the Iron Boots Ganondorf strat.
I don't think I've seen the Iron Boots Ganondorf strat in this game.
It's usually a little bit more of a meme.
Okay, so it would be bad manners to do this in a grand finals game 3. I think is what you're saying.
I mean, they could do it. It does work. It is an effective strategy. Like, it does indeed kill him.
But I assume it's slow.
It can be slower. Usually, I've only seen people do it if they, don't have soup. In which case, the time differential isn't quite as big.
Well, the good news is Mail wasn't hinted dead, so we will probably see the runners save Grandma and get some soup. Oh, David. That was a spiky, but he, I think was getting ahead of himself and dropped down. Which does happen. You anticipate something and turns out to not be what you thought it was. So we'll see the one check that Nave couldn't get here. And it's a bottle.
Grandma.
I mean, I think it is soup time. Probably after DRC, to be fair. But
I mean, yeah, you don't really need soup to beat Goma.
yeah. And
Unless you
definitely,
use light arrows, then you might want soup to beat Goma.
I didn't know that you can use light arrows on Goma. Does
Light
it
arrows
do
heal
any of
Goma.
of course they do. That's a thing that makes logical sense. That light arrows will heal a boss when they one hit basically every other enemy.
Only Goma.
Oh, and David grabbing the joy pendant here rather than going into the DRC cave. Probably again is hoping for fire and ice before he goes into the cave. But I think it's pretty clear David is gonna like peak Crescent Moon and go to DRC.
I mean, once again, I completely understand wanting to have fire and ice when you're doing the DRC cave.
Yeah. But
Or sorry, DRI cave.
yeah, but it's only a triangle, Triforce. I was trying to say Tringle. It's not SSR.
No, not today.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean David is he's gonna grab the pair. But he's not grabbing the iron boots. I don't know why. He's got the money for the iron boots.
I don't know.
And they're definitely going to be required for Wind Temple. Because Wind Temple was not barren. Maybe he's just going to grab them after the dungeon.
Yeah. After the dungeon, maybe wanting to like start with money to be used for flower trading?
Yeah. He does need some money for that. He needs some money for various mail checks.
Oh, was Great Sea foolish?
Oh,
Question
you're
mark?
right. It was. So that actually, I didn't think about that. Because, so that means you do not need the iron boots for... Huh.
Then I don't know why that decision was made.
Okay. I didn't think about that, actually. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that the dungeon is foolish. I think David is trying to void out here. Oh, it's Earth Temple, not Wind Temple. That's why. Huh. Okay, I was being stupid. That explains everything. That is why the iron boots are not required.
But what about the meme strats?
I know, we do love some memes, but... Yeah, I think David decided he's already here at DRI and he doesn't want to come back. So he's doing the cave too, which makes sense. Also, if for some reason this has your first bow, that's going to make DRC a lot faster. Because bow does allow the runners to do backwards DRC, which
is a
little faster.
Thing. A bow and a leaf, and you can do all sorts of things.
So David is going to be our first one to go into a dungeon. After he gets the song check. But I imagine we're going to see Nave kind of converge on DRC as well. Because I think the runners are running pretty low on checks that they can do.
I mean, with Great Sea Dead, that takes out quite a few of the like overworld checks we would otherwise try.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you probably don't want to peek Talk of Headstone until later. You don't really... Angular is just kind of isolated, especially with you can't do Ice Ring or 2-Eye. There's a lot of like one-off checks they can do, but they can full clear DRC, so it makes a lot of sense for them to just do it.
Yeah. And DRC is also just, you know, you don't need a whole lot of stuff to do it. Real easy. There's a few things you can do to make it faster, but otherwise, right, it has probably the least amount of fun, nifty things you can do.
I think they will save Grandma, but they will probably route it in later. Like, they'll probably do it on their way, maybe on their way to Earth Temple. So actually there are no fairy fountains in Season 7 settings.
You can, however, still pick up fairies on Mother and Child Island or before the boss door for any of the bosses.
Yeah, the one great fairy that actually is enabled is the 2-Eye Reef Octo Fairy, who also gives you a hint. It is a hint of varying value. It will
usually it's something you've already seen.
Yeah. It is also, I think, the only hint that can duplicate. So usually you can only have one hint pointing to one thing. No, that Octo Fairy is only in 2-Eye Reef. But yes, it takes a bow or a boomerang or bombs. None of which they have. Bombs are actually the fastest way to do it. Because I think the bombs kill the fairy in one hit.
The boomerang, however, is the funniest way to do it.
Light arrows also kind of funny, because you can actually shoot the light arrows through the Octo.
And so you can sometimes take out eyes on both sides.
Yeah. David got trolled a little bit by that Boko and had to re-enter the room. And we're going to see what Nave is doing here. Oh, he's back to paw print because he saw that was a spiky.
Yeah, makes sense.
He is probably looking for a bow just kind of as much as CubeDavid was. It's kind of rare to have to do backwards DRC. Forwards DRC.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yes.
We enjoy doing it backwards when possible.
Yeah, and so far, we did see a Triforce Shard here. But not a whole lot else. Nave does have one shard that David doesn't. I'm trying to think about where that would have been.
I thought they both have 3 question mark?
David picked one up, though, in DRC. So I think... there might be one that... But I don't know. I'm getting confused.
It's okay. We can be confused together, and chat can help us if they know the answer.
Oh, did Nave do Bomb Island? That would do it.
And as we expected, Nave is about to be joining CubeDavid here in DRC.
And there's a Cabana deed. Although without delivery bag, can't really use it without hammer. But the runners may break into Cabana if they don't have the delivery bag once they get the hammer. So it would be kind of funny though if the hammer is actually just on top of Private Oasis and they can't break in using chest storage.
That would be pretty funny.
Unfortunate, but yeah, we're basically just going to see Nave trailing David for a little bit as they clear GRC.
Can you believe that CubeDavid didn't pick up the Boko Baba seed?
I know some people that would be very upset about that.
How will we ever recover from that?
There's more mail things. They're definitely going to be wanting delivery bags soon.
Oh, definitely.
So that's going to put a few more checks on Windfall in Logic. Surely it will be Joshi.
Yeah. Why not?
David picking up more joy pendants, although he really only needed the first one. And it's Trevor!
Yay! We love Trevor.
We do. Meanwhile, David trying to defeat the final boss of the game, this Magtail, and successfully gets by it. If you played the game vanilla, you know that Magtail is kind of a giant troll.
Or if you've speedrun the game, or if you've played the rando.
Among the many advantages of backwards DRC is you don't have to do that room the regular way, and you just get to bypass that Magtail entirely. Here's another Spiky.
Ooh. Surely this one is the delivery bag.
Surely. David is probably trying to do storage, though, to void out after here. No, he doesn't want to do that, because... No, because he still has to do the back half.
Mm-hmm.
It will be funny if this is a bow, just because, like, it's locked behind everything, but nope, that is just a pearl. Not
It
even
is
the one
the
that
pearl
unlocks.
that doesn't even give you mail.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Dinspearl is kind of useless for them too. Because the thing Dinspearl does is it makes the magma outside of DRC solid, but no real need for that. We do know that there's a Triforce shard on this chest that David is getting. That was hinted.
Okay, but will Nave pick up the Boko Baba? No.
No. None of our runners like fun today. Although, I can't say that. David picked up Trevor, so...
We appreciate David's efforts with picking up Trevor.
It's true.
We also got magic armor. Like, this seed is doing its best to give us fun.
Valid. Yeah, I mean... We got a lot of items, but not a lot of items we can really use right now. That delivery bag is really looming large, but there are 2 spikies here.
That's true. We do appreciate Hurricane Spin as well.
And it's our note to Mom.
You know, just... Okay, so it wasn't delivery bag. But it was another thing that you can do when you get delivery bag.
Oh, and David picking that up. So I think David is
grabbing the fairy here.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna see Grandma pretty soon.
We do love Grandma.
She'll pick that up along with the
Yes, Nave. Okay. Whew. For a second, I was like, "Oh no," but okay, we're okay.
Double Trevor.
Yes.
This is a valid seed. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely hitting a bit of a bottleneck. I think we'll see the Furor's Pearl Mail. We'll see Grandma Mail. Firework. I think most randomizers have a fair number of kind of Joker meme items.
Yeah.
The fun things that are non-progress items that you just sometimes pick up. Because with chest appearance matches contents, you skip a lot of things.
This is true. On one hand, it's made races faster. On the other hand, fewer opportunities for ridiculousness.
Yeah, I remember some Ocarina of Time races last season without chest type matches contents, and it added 30 to 40 minutes. It's probably not as bad with Wind Waker, just because there are fewer checks, but I would guess it would add somewhere in the range of 10 to 15 minutes in something that's a good hour and a half average race time.
Yeah, it can add a lot depending on which checks are hinted or not.
Yeah. That is fair.
I've been around. I existed before chest side matches contents did.
Yeah. I mean, some things that you can peek that you can't get immediately, that's kind of the big thing. Right, like Forest Haven Island, things like that. There are definitely some places you could just lose a lot of time having to go for useless checks. But yeah, David is saving Grandma.
That is the correct thing to do.
And just a reminder, of course, if you do not save Grandma, you are violating the Geneva Convention.
Simply not okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely running low on things. Like, you know, you could break into Forsaken Fortress if you really wanted to, but I don't know that that's a great idea without the hammer.
Alright, friends, say it with me. It is time for soup.
That's what I was waiting for, Vinny. My favorite part of hearing you on commentary is the soup.
I give the people what they truly desire. Soup, and whenever it's in settings, sploosh kaboom.
I do think our runners are glad there's no sploosh kaboom in these settings.
I mean, fair and understandable, but also something that is a great joy to do when you do get the opportunity to commentate it.
That's true. Well, I'm sure there will be some monthly fundraisers after the season's over.
It appears that both of our runners have gotten hit.
Oh,
with a invisible fireball.
So, Kamali's father male had a Triforce shard. Grandma had a required hammer.
Yeah, go Grandma! Yeah!
This might... David is going to peek top of Headstone, which makes a ton of sense. It's not time for ET. I mean, I don't think it's time for ET.
It's time for peeking the top of Headstone.
Yeah. Like, there are a couple things he could do in ET, but I think you kind of want the Mirror Shield. But yeah, he's going to break into Forsaken Fortress, which now makes a lot of sense, because with that hammer, you can full clear it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going to wait for the enemies to blow up the door for him. As far as out of logic things go, one of the easier ones, I would say. Because you just kind of sit there and they'll fire. That is correct. Bombs cannot be in here.
Mm-hmm. A delivery bag could, though.
Yes, delivery bag could if it's not blocked behind bombs. And David just hoping for some ground spawns, which he is getting. Pretty nice Phantom Ganon.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to play any tennis today.
Beautiful. We love it when we get a good clean fight.
And we're about to see... Well, he'll leave this chest, I think, to do storage later, but... Although, actually, he doesn't have bombs for bomb push storage, so...
This is true.
Huh.
So that chest can just exist.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean... I think they're going to put off Earth Temple for a little while. So, Poke, I don't think that's true in this season. I've heard people talk about this. It doesn't matter because, like, acting through Hyrule requires a ton of items they don't have yet.
Yeah, that's very, very unlikely.
But my understanding is that cannot be in logic. Oh, it is in logic. It's just very obscure.
Very unlikely.
Yeah. But I guess there is theoretically a world which There's our last useless Tingle statue.
Money! I say, as if we need more money.
Yeah, with 991 rupees, I think they might have trouble. Okay.
But consider the 250 rupees we would get if we turned the Tingle statues in.
Sure, but we already got Trevor, which really is our reward. Okay, so apparently getting into Forsaken Fortress through Hyrule can be in logic. I am skeptical that that is required. It would be funny if it were, but...
I mean, also with the logic that's in the season, breaking in using the enemies is also in logic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did not realize that, so...
It's a very common, very easy trick. It is used frequently.
I don't know if that's true. I have the tracker up.
I mean, I think it is. Or it might have been a discussion a while ago.
That could be
Okay.
it. Yeah.
My bad. Sorry. Too old. Pretend I'm not here.
I know Nave did Bomb Island. I didn't see anything. But Nave did break into Cabana. Did get, I think, a Triforce on top of Private Oasis. Oh, yeah, Bomb Island had nothing, but
Yeah.
I believe that was a Triforce on top of Oasis. And he did not get the hammer on the mail, so he is trying to break through Oasis without it. This is definitely not commonly seen. But there's
It does
Spiky
work,
here.
though. Ooh, sword.
That is required.
True. He should have just saved Grandma.
Yeah, definitely the hammerless Cabana is... I don't know if I've seen it this season.
A good burp for CubeDavid. Always love it when a burp decides to be good. I don't like it for that reason right there.
Nobody likes fighting the dead.
A bow!
Yeah, I mean, one reason the runners like Private Oasis with hammer is being able to hammer clip just makes it faster. The hammer can like clip through the walls and hit the pegs. But a lot of spikies here on Oasis.
Alright, another shard.
Yeah, so Nave just needs one more.
The middle piece.
Yeah, I'm starting to think our Master Sword Chamber might have something.
Ooh. Someone's saying we might get a Gamba?
Yeah,
We'll have to see. We have to get the other piece of cheese and find where it is to really know if we'll get a Gambler.
yeah.
But it's always fun when we do.
David, makes sense to do Star Island while he's here. It's a slow check, but you know it's required, so you're not going to feel as bad. We're going to see what's on Great Fish from Nave. Sorry, I'm having a little buffering of the streams. Hopefully it's not an issue for you all. Please let me know if it is.
Alrighty. That is the last shard for Nave, so we may indeed get a Gamba.
Is it gonna be our bomb bag on Master Sword Chamber? Or delivery bag?
I don't know.
I feel like Nave might be checking it.
I feel like Nave is going to save Grandma.
I hope so.
And then feel silly for like 2 seconds about not saving Grandma earlier. Ooh. And there's another sword. Okay.
We did know about that sword on Star Island, so we did know where all the swords were.
He did a good combat, though. That was a pretty clean combat cave for him.
Yeah, it's a slow one. It's definitely a tricky one to do well.
And once again, folks, say it with me. It's time for...
Sorry, I'm still having some stream buffering on my side, just trying to take care of that. Hopefully, we're not seeing anything too new or crazy.
I'm not seeing anything too new or crazy. I mean, we wouldn't be upset if we had a go mode Earth Temple.
We are seeing 2-Eye Octo finally with a bow. Yeah, I mean, go mode Earth Temple. It is entirely possible that Earth Temple has our bombs and like our bombs in Boomerang, and that it's logically locking Forsaken Fortress. Although that Rockspire to Jalhalla at this point is probably a shield or something leading to it, which is kind of an interesting interesting thing.
Ooh, this is an interesting choice for Nave.
Yeah, progressive Picto required does mean Minenko has something. Because we know Pompey and Vera is dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember what was in Lenzo's house.
A Tingle statue.
Yeah, so that definitely means Minenko is required. Sorry, we are having, I think, some minor technical issues on our side on the commentary. Bear with us.
All right, angular, not the best angular check. The best angular check is the one that uses mirror shields. You can quote me on that.
We are probably going to see David peek.
Delivery bag! It's just been sitting there this whole time.
Oh, that is the classic. David, I did not. Is he going inside?
He looks like he's gonna go inside and peek.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It was just there. We could have gotten it this whole time.
Yeah, it's Nave's choice to go into Earth Temple here. Like, it does make sense with the items he has. But like paid off yesterday that he did not need mirror shields. We are seeing David check Master Sword Chamber. I didn't see if Nave did it.
I didn't see. No, Nave didn't check Master Sword Chamber.
I apologize. We are probably at this point a little behind the commentary. We're dealing with some minor technical issues. Nothing that you all can see, but on our end.
Nave did the grandma and then 2 seconds of disappointment, as foretold. Bow. Okay.
That could be our first bow.
That could be our first bow. What does it mean if it's our first bow? Sadness?
Well, no, because all 3 bows are required. So that FF bow is definitely required.
I mean, it's just that would be a very upsetting location for a first bow.
Yeah, I don't think... Have we seen both runners do Rockspire yet?
No.
Like, I know you can do it without... I know you can do... The problem is they're both bomb locked. So that can't have our bombs, but I feel like it could have our... I mean... Could it be fire and ice arrows? Could it be... Boomerang doesn't unlock anything? It could be our mirror shield.
Can you believe Tingle? He made us pay 200 rupees and only gave us 100 back.
Shame on Tingle.
How rude.
Yeah, I mean, I think David is probably, before he goes into Earth Temple, going to go do a bunch of stuff on Windfall. Knowing that Mail has some checks. He's got Note to Mom, so he can do Beto Mail. I think they have the wallet, so they did Tinkle Mail. Tinkle Mail didn't have anything.
Tinkle Mail had a silver rupee.
I don't think Arrow Mail did, so like we're probably looking at the Note to Mom Mail having that Picto. Or like Bob Mail. But I mean, it's interesting. We're running out of things to do.
Indeed.
Okay. Looks like the commentary page is working again for me. I don't know if it... So, I think we're caught up. That is CubeDavid with his final sword. Nave breaking into FF here.
Yep.
We did miss our happy 1 hour. So
we sure did, huh?
Thank you everyone for watching. Please go follow our runners, Nave and CubeDavid. Thanks to our lovely tracker, Joshi. And of course, thanks to Vimy for joining me on commentary.
And of course, thanks to Golden for talking with me and restreaming our race.
And thanks to Trans for dealing with some technical issues as well.
A little bit of tennis for Nave.
Yeah, I mean, we are approaching the point, though, where Forsaken Fortress might actually not be bomb locked. Because I want to say we're just a boomerang away from that. So it is entirely possible that is our second logical bow, and Creeb has our bombs. And that is not a bomb-locked Forsaken Fortress.
Wouldn't that be a situation for the Becriebers?
I mean, as a Becreeper, I would be quite happy about that, but...
I personally am not a Becrieber. I am a Angular Isle Mirror Shield Chester.
Oh, I did not see the screen share, so I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, I mean, David now is gonna do a lot of mail checks, and he did not get that bow in ET, so cannot do creep, but is gonna be able to do a lot.
Who was Godon? I got this. Godon is ahead.
There we go. It's the important thing. Also, hi, Momo. So nothing on Miss Marie. I don't know if we saw the note to Mom Mail, but
if we did, I missed it.
I mean, I do think David is going to get forced into Earth Temple soon.
No, and this might angle.
Like, this could very well be a required Earth Temple double dip.
That sure would be stinky.
It would be, yeah. There's our bomb!
Bombs!
Oh, wow.
I have no clue how early accessible that was, because the delivery bag has been accessible for forever and a day.
Yeah, wow. That is the risk about Angular. It is a Sphere Zero check that everyone hates, because it's really isolated.
I love Angular.
So, yeah, I mean, that's big for David, because he's now going to go and do both Rockspire checks. At this point, I think Rockspire has to have Mirror Shield. Like, that, as far as our path to Valhalla, it's either that or a Picto for something on Minenko.
Just wow.
And, like, yeah, Nave has got to get over to Angular soon. Although he may be running low on checks outside of it, so he may be okay. Yes, the Vadi skin is quite good.
Shoutouts to all of our fantastic modders in the community for making things that help make our game more fun, including custom sales.
Yes, Nave has quite the funny custom sale.
Now, CubeDavid was able to save that peak for doing Zunari trading.
Yes. And was this the last Triforce shard?
I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember where the last Triforce is that David did not get.
This couldn't have been. Because...
Not Zunari, but the Great Fish. Was that dead?
It was dead.
Okay.
I do not know where the last one that CubeDavid needs. No, did I just missee the peak? Okay. I'm not good at peaking. Fully possible.
Thank you, Salty Cracker. Yeah, so David is going to get this. I think, though, he's going to chain Great Fish into Rockspire here. And so...
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
He's going to get whatever that path item is on Rockspire, whether it is a Picto or our Mirror Shield. I mean, at this point, Minenko can't have a whole lot either. Like, we know that Picto is required for Manenko. And it's probably a bow or the mirror shield. I want to say that's really all it could be. I guess it could also be boomerang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because boomerang is logically required to beat the game. But of course, you know, none of our runners are going to use boomerang for puppet cannon.
So I would imagine Napier is going to go to Windfall again. Unless I'm wrong.
Probably Star Island first, and
Oh, yeah,
then
that
maybe
makes sense.
Windfall. Although, yeah, I mean, he probably will do Creeb, but like greeting out for Angular definitely. Just like those bombs are what basically allow you to finish out the rest of the seed. So, definitely hoping for that. But if Creeb has something or Transparent Chest has something, that's going to be great. And okay, that makes a lot of sense. That Rockspire did have our Mirror Shield.
Yep. Well then, he should go to Angular. And because Angular Isle is a great isle.
So that gunboat is a Rockspire check specifically. That, yeah. So the golden gunboats, there are, I think, 2 of them that are in specific quadrants, and they are not considered part of the Great Sea. So the Great Sea is things like Beetle Shah, Salvage Corp, Cyclos, and Ghost Ship.
Yeah. Great Sea is not quite as big as you would think, but it does have some important things that it tells us.
Yeah. The big thing is those iron boots being foolish means that the interior ice ring doesn't have anything, the cave. Which
Something
I think
we
is
like to know.
which I think is the only hard iron boots lock check with these dungeons. So
Alright, nothing there.
and now I think we're gonna see David go and head to Earth Temple. Like, with what he's got left, I can see his tracker. I think he's got 1 check he can do on Windfall.
He's gambling.
Okay.
Gamble. Gamble. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, if you look at David's tracker, it's Hyrule, Fire Mountain, Ice Ring, Windfall. He can do Zenari, finish that up. But basically, he's got 3 locations left. So, not surprised that he's checking Hyrule here. If this is Fire and Ice Arrows, he'll be pretty happy. Because he will get those light arrows and he will be able to go mode. But it's nothing.
Nope.
Nave, meanwhile, is on Ice Ring because he did get those Fire and Ice Arrows.
I mean, we appreciate the gamble.
We do.
We always appreciate it.
I mean, I think David will be happy. He's going to turn in Zunari, but he'll be happy when he gets those Fire and Ice Arrows pretty early. Is that a... Yeah, so Ice Ring was Unhinted Baron.
Everyone's favorite Fire Mountain? JK, go to Angular.
Yeah, please, for
It's
Nave's sake.
a cute place to go. Hey, go ship chart. That's not helpful to seed.
That is very unhelpful. And yeah, Nave is finally going to Angular. I mean, at this point, the only overworld checks we've not seen are Kreb, the transparent chest, Minenko, and Fire Mountain, I think. And a couple mail checks, maybe.
Bomb mail had boomerang.
So, okay.
Then doesn't that mean Manenko
has to be
lights?
Yes. Which is good info for David to have, because it means all he has to find, he should know that, and so he just needs to find the other Picto and those Fire and Ice in Earth Temple. Although Nave is in the same boat, but we will see when Nave actually gets the boomerang. That's really kind of the question, but this is pretty close. I think David is ahead at this point, just because he at this point just has to do Earth Temple. Like, he should know Fire Mountain and Ice Ring don't have anything, so he may not need to use time to do that. And yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be a little deeper in Windfall, or in Earth Temple. And like, Nave is doing Kreb. As a Creeper, I am sad that Kreb is dead.
But at this point in time, there's no way Nave could know that.
No, of course not. Yeah, I mean, David is going to get Fire and Ice arrows in the first room, and then just needs to get the Picto, and he'll be really happy when he gets those Fire and Ice arrows, I think.
We've had the Great Fairy chart.
Yal is going to be very happy about that. Yal, a noted Kreb hater.
No, the Great Fairy chart. Unfortunately, no funny angle from either of them on this cutscene.
Okay, I'm sorry. A realist. Excuse me, Yal. Yal, though, is also a Fire Mountain lover, so, you know, take his opinions with a grain of salt here. Yeah, David's going to be really happy about that, because he can... Not a lover, a defender, an apologist. Okay, Yal. I'm sorry I am mischaracterizing you. Will you forgive me?
Right. I mean, the fact that there was like such a big thing that felt like we were stuck, when really it was a Sphere 0 check.
I mean, I feel like that's going to be the first question for both of our runners, is how did they feel seeing that? Just because, like, we were just waiting. Like, where is this delivery bag? It's gonna lock so much of the seed. And like, seeing it was on Angular
the whole time.
Here is a spiky that was. I don't think Nave got this. So let's see.
I don't think so.
And now David, he may not know he's in go mode.
But we know
he's in go mode.
He just needs to finish the temple and visit Miniko.
Yeah, he may not have thought through what that hint means. Oh no, he's doing this chest for storage. That's why. Yep. So he knows. I think he knows. I think we're going to see him zoom through the dungeon at this point.
Well, yes.
So
he does need light arrows, but it has to be in one place.
Yes. Because, so we got a hint on the 2-Eye Reef Octo that the male had a required picked-up box. The Pompey and Vera check was dead, and there was nothing required on, what was it called? There's nothing required in Lenzo. So, it could be I don't think Din's Pearl unlocks anything, Yal. I'm pretty sure it does not block anything. So
Molly's father's mail is Feyor's, right?
Yes. Okay. David having a little trouble here with the bomb push storage, but gets it. I know in that room, I think is a little trickier than some other places.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, David knows. Because he's not even picking up Medley, he is... Yeah, so that
he's doing go mode strats.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Nave is also doing what he would believe is the gamble, and I appreciate it.
So I think he just decided he's going to get the shortcut when he went to do Master Sword Chamber, because he had the Triforce. Yeah, this is one of the trickier roll clips that David is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Bomb push storage is like not an easy strategy. Roll clips also not easy. And
this is definitely the hardest roll clip, and in terms of like maximum utility from it, but like difficulty to hardness.
Yeah. Well, Salty, I think again you need to. The other tournament was the top 16 runners. This is 17 through 32. These runners are all good, but like there's definitely runners who are really good make tricks that are hard look really easy.
But there are days that even some of the best folks, just like a certain roll clip doesn't work for them that day. Yeah,
roll clips are a frame perfect trick. Bomb push storage is more precise than it looks. It's like the really good runners make things look a lot easier than they are. No, I get that. Yeah, so David did soup up because he knows it will help with the Jahala fight, but
he souped up because soup is cool, and saving Grandma is always the correct decision.
Yeah. I will say, like, so what Nave is doing here, opening the shortcut, you don't see it often. I think it's a solid decision because he was already down here in Hyrule. He knows he's going to have to do this one way or another. But yeah, David is in the Jahala fight now.
Mm-hmm.
Nave is not going to really save time later. This is more about
just convenience.
It's when you're doing this. Like, it's not time save, it is doing it now or later. It's just frequently you don't actually have the ability to go clear it when you do Master Sword Chamber, so you just don't see it often. But I want to say it was one of the Speed Gaming Live Grand Finals. We saw it, and it made what looked like a big lead actually a lot closer. And that race ended up coming down to the wire. But yeah, I mean, David using the bombs to blow up Jahal's ghosts. Unfortunately, does not have light arrows that make this fight a little easier.
But it's also incredibly unlikely Nave will as well.
Yes. If for some reason we are wrong and Minenko does not have light arrows, then, I mean, I don't even know what Minenko could have that's not light arrows. That's the...
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if Minenko doesn't have light arrows, we all read the logic wrong. Because...
It has happened before.
It has happened before, but there's not any fetch quest items left. Right, like they've got all the mail items already. They've checked everything in the mail. We've seen everything else here on Windfall. The only place we haven't seen is Fire Mountain, which Fire Mountain's going to be dead. And if it is Iron Boots locked, then there are bigger
wrong with
problems.
the settings.
Yeah.
Then clearly someone accidentally turned on Shark Island.
Shark Island.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have seen Shark Island since my casual playthrough of this game.
It was in one of the seasons a while ago.
Probably before I started watching it. Because I probably didn't start watching Wind Waker until maybe Mini Blend Season 1.
Okay, time to find out if we truly understood. We did!
Yep.
Yeah!
That makes sense. So David is in Go mode. He is an entire Go mode Earth Temple plus the Minenko check ahead.
I am a bit ahead. I will try refreshing.
Or just watch the screen share. Oh, actually, I guess our commentary page is back again. We've been having some minor technical issues. I was watching the screen sharing Discord that Trez set up for us, but this works.
Yeah, with Nave checking Fire Mountain and the even with Go mode, I do not perceive Puppet Ganon being that rude to CubeDavid. Don't get me wrong, he likes to be rude sometimes, but I don't perceive him being that rude.
Yeah, I think Nave... I mean, did Nave check the 2-eye Octo? I think
Yes.
he did, but he might have... The thing is, a lot of people just skip that hint and don't read it. So it's possible he actually didn't read the hint. Wow, Joshy. That's harsh. Yeah, like we can see David tracker, and the only checks he has not done are the Fire and Ice Lock checks. He did not do Creep, he did not do Transparent Chest, he did not do the 2 of the 3 checks on Ice Ring, and he did not do Fire Mountain. At least it's not like Din's Pearl on Fire Mountain, which I feel like would be adding insult to injury.
Yeah. But with that, that does mean that as we are approaching our boss fight, we will get to have the excitement of, will we get any grip shots or trog shots?
I'm gonna bet it takes David. How many arrows do you think? I'm thinking 10. If you hit everything perfectly, it's 9, but a perfect puppet cannon is pretty hard. Although when I've doubted, it's been a perfect 9 for 9. Yeah, I do think Nave might have just not read the 2-eye octo hint. So that was when we were having some stream technical difficulties, so I don't think Vimy and I caught it, but
No, I mean, I think he read the hint. I think he's just hoping that the last Picto isn't in the temple.
That's there, yeah. He also... I thought he did Forsaken Fortress. Did he not?
Yes?
I wonder if there's things he didn't check in here? I don't know.
Oh, Interdungeon Warp Pod.
Oh! That will do it. Okay. I did not even think about that. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I feel like those don't come up that often, being useful. Alright, David misses the first snipe. But second hit.
Mm-hmm. All right. It's pretty good phase 1.
Yeah, Nave is gonna find this Picto pretty soon. But it'll be pretty... It'll be pretty close to when David finishes. We'll see if he gets any... Is it Crypt Shot on phase 2 and Trog Shots on 3?
Oh, was that a yes?
I don't know if he got one.
I didn't have their sound on, so I couldn't hear.
I did not either.
Oh no.
No, he did not get Crypt Shot either time.
Ah.
It's unfortunate, but
He went for it,
it's a hard strat.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he's going for it. Obviously, he does not know how close the race is. I feel like for Puppet Ganon, in the best of circumstances, is a nerve-wracking fight. And in a deciding grand finals game, or potentially deciding...
Woo! Beautiful.
Nice.
pretty far up on that rope climb, too.
Yeah, I, having not run this game, did not understand. Oh! That's unfortunate. No. I don't think I appreciated the button mashing that you have to do for this rope climb. At SGL, watching in person, you can hear
the clickety clacks.
Yeah. Runners who have run at that tournament have said when you're sitting across the screen. Okay. David having a little trouble here with grapple skip. It's also a very difficult trick. There we go. And we'll see if he can hookshot slide here. Gets it. Take some soup.
Excellent. And now, we simply want the fight to follow the script.
And David also pulling out the magic armor.
'Cause why not? What is magic armor if not soup protection?
That is true. It saves you from losing the effects of the soup. Take a hit. Yeah. And just waiting on one shot from Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
And that is GG's. And we have our Season 7 Challenge Cup winner, CubeDavid. And he is in the waiting room, so I'm going to pull him in, as well as Nave. Congratulations to David. GG's, David. And congratulations, David.
Thank you.
Season 7 Challenge Cup winner.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean, I guess we should start with just like, how does it feel? I know it's been a long season, and I'm sure it was nerve-wracking. So,
to be honest, the most nerve-wracking part was probably always the start of the race for me, because sometimes the nerves were really getting to me at the beginning, but it usually stabilizes after like 3 or 4 minutes. And then they start hitting again in the end game, which is pretty understandable, I guess. But yeah, I honestly did not expect to make this far, let alone win the entire bracket, with only dropping 1 match.
yeah, I mean, it was a very impressive round. So, going to this seed, I feel like the thing Vimy and I were talking about that we want to just get both of your reactions on was that delivery bag on Angular. What did you both think about that when you finally got it?
For me, it was probably relief, because I was always hoping in my head that delivery bag wouldn't be on Greatfish, because that would just mess up my routing plan. So when I found that, I was like, okay, I'll go Windfall, Greatfish, Rockspire, back to Windfall, and then I'll probably go ET. So yeah, that was more of a sigh of relief when I got that.
Okay. I know for us, we were looking at it and we were sitting there, we're like, where's this delivery bag? Where in the world could it be hidden? On a Sphere 0 check.
I just realized I was muted. Yeah, yeah, obviously I was happy to finally have found it, but I felt like I found it way too late, because it was obviously so needed. But yeah, it just felt really late by the time I finally found it. I don't know if David found it first. I would assume so, because I got it real late.
Yeah, I think he found it about 15 minutes before you? Question mark?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Nave, I think, went into Earth Temple, actually, before getting the delivery bag, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I went into Earth
Mhm.
Temple really early because at one point I was thinking it was possible bombs were going to be in there, like on that first check, and that's where I got my first bow instead.
Yeah.
And I made the choice to not get the first crypt chest while I was there. And as soon as I left, I was like, that feels bad. I probably shouldn't have done that. And I think if I had gotten it on that first trip, this might have been a different outcome because I would have had that Picto, and I knew that eventually I knew from the Octo Fairy hint that Manenko had lights. So I think it could have been, yeah, I big mistake on my part of not getting that first crypt chest while I was there the first time because I was there really early. But otherwise, I mean, it was a play.
Both of you checked Hyrule early, and I love that so much from both of you.
Did you do the Dark Warp, David?
Nope, I did not.
Yeah, I set
Because
up a
my
Dark
mind-
Warp and Interdimension dungeon play because I was trying to just go mode ET, and then my Picto was there. So
Yeah. When I went into ET and saw that spike, I was like, okay, this is basically... This has a high likelihood of being my Fire and Ice, which it also was. So then I was like, wait, I think if I got Picto, I'm in Go mode, if I read that incorrectly. I was like double and triple checking in my mind, was that really a required Picto hint, or was it possibly required? And I went through quite a few scenarios of what could still be required, but it all came to the conclusion that Manenko has my lights. So when I opened that first crypt spiky chest, I was like, okay, this is great. I get to skip basically all of ET.
yeah, I didn't know that. I stored that chest. And I was like, this is either Picto or it's Din's Pearl. I don't think it could possibly be anything else. So I just stored it and go moded the rest of ET on the assumption it was the Picto, and then it was. Then I went and
Yeah.
confirmed where the lights were, and then I DNF'd.
I mean, I also want to say both of you had some tricks that were pretty clean, and then there was also some areas where it's like that trick was just not being kind to you today. But I really loved seeing some of the like routing choices y'all made, right? Like Nave, when you were like, "I'm gonna go to Outset early," I was like, "Ooh, interesting." Which other people have told me is now a little bit more like your meta for this season, and I just haven't gotten to watch quite as much. But like, I thought that was great.
Yeah, I mean, I think Outset was also path hinted.
Yep,
Yeah.
also was path to Goma, I think, for the leaf.
With Outset path hinted, Big Pig dead. You can just full clear it. Aside, I mean, you can't do Grandma unless you have a bottle, but it just makes sense to go there pretty
Yeah, it's
early.
basically an invitation for you to rush Outset at the start of the seed.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty happy with all my execution and routing outside of the one chest in ET, but otherwise everything else. The super late delivery bag also maybe not great, but apparently David and I weren't that far off on getting that, which surprises me, but that's okay.
Yeah, I put that off for an eternity. It feels like.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, Nave, if you had checked the crypt and gotten the Picto there, this would have been a really close race.
Yeah, because then I cleared everything I could, hoping I'd find it anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, clearing all the overworld and Fire Mountain, Ice Ring, I think that was really the thing that just, like, at the end of the seed, kind of, it made sense, obviously, with what info you had. But definitely was kind of the difference at the end was David was able to skip a few really slow overworld things. Because, like, I think for the first hour or so, you two were doing pretty similar things, just in somewhat different orders, and it was really neck and neck. Like,
Yeah, I played it a lot safer compared to yesterday, so I could imagine our routes were pretty pretty similar at first for a while.
Yeah, when I was in public, and I was basically like, okay, Nave is probably either like a few minutes behind me or actually a bit ahead of me, because the one thing I kind of expected was maybe you going for the Rockspire swim because of the path hint. So that was also something that was looming in my head for basically the entire seed. That this could be something like power bracelets or even worse, a hammer. So I was really glad that it was only Mirror Shield, and second that it was on the gunboat.
I did not, and
okay.
I was glad I did not, because you could work out pretty quickly. It was Mirror Shield up there.
Yeah.
Obviously, you didn't know which one it was, but
yeah, I mean, ET paths are usually also not that strong compared to other dungeon paths, like for Goma or sometimes for Godan.
Yeah, for sure.
Because a lot of the items are not that useful outside of ET. Like, for example, shields. And if you don't have FF in the seed as well, hammer.
I think the annoying path here was Windfall for grapple, for Moblin's Letter for bombs, for Halmarok. I didn't get those bombs probably until after, well, I guess, yeah, I mean, definitely not until after delivery bag, so like really late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you both broke into FF with the gunboats.
Yeah.
I Wind Waker dived in, but yeah.
Okay, I went through the front. Because for me it was nicer routing-wise, since I had Hammer Relief and a sword to just do the normal FF route.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I wanted to say, I wanted to make sure I had to say this on the final interview for the whole tournament, that, you know, when I joined this, however many months ago when it started, I kind of did my usual thing of, you know, I'll just, every year, I'll just join this and we'll see how far I get, maybe a round or two, whatever. And then SGL happened, and I went to SGL for the first time. And just something about, I didn't do well at SGL, but just something about, like, being there, like, being in that environment and, like, feeling that spirit of competition and everything, it really kind of reinvigorated me and really it just motivated me to want to do, like, my absolute best in this Challenge Cup tournament. And I think I could safely say that I did. I mean, I did not expect to make it to Grand Finals, go second place, I mean, I can be pretty happy with this. So, thank you, everybody.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been, 4.5 months? More once you include qualifiers, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's
been a long grind.
A long grind. And I know some people will be like, oh, Challenge Cup, but, like, don't underestimate it. Like, there's a lot of high skill talent in Challenge Cup too, not just main tournament. I mean, David is a testament to that. Nearly undefeated for the whole thing. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, the skill level keeps rising each semester, where the folks in Challenge Cup are still fantastic players at the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we see Challenge Cup, people go from Challenge Cup to top seeds in future seasons, so... like
Season 8 champion CubeDavid,
following the Advo path.
Nah, I won't.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, exactly. That was like, it's like I won't overestimate myself at all. I'm not nearly a top runner in my opinion. There's just so much stuff I'd have to work on. That quite honestly, I mostly don't even have the time to grind that much. But I'll try my best in the future.
I don't have any other questions. I don't know about you, Vimy.
Nope. I don't, but why don't you go ahead and wrap us up?
Yeah, well, again, GG's and congratulations to our Season 7 Challenge Cup winner, CubeDavid. GG's as well to Nave, who made a really, really strong run through the losers bracket, including, I think he got his revenge on Sledge, who knocked him out of winners bracket in the losers bracket finals. Thank you to Joshi for double tracking the stream and helping make it happen, as well as Vimy. And I don't know when we'll be back with Wind Waker, probably sometime in the new year. But we are going to go right over to ZSR2, where they're doing Ocarina of Time Season 8 qualifier. So thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good rest of your night.
GG,
Bye-bye.
and thank you.